I guess we should introduce ourselves first.
Probably.
So I'm Cody.
And I'm Ashley. If you're new, welcome to our channel. Normally we are talking about cows, longhorns, donkeys, all the farm things. But tonight, actually, we are talking about something a little bit different, something extremely near and dear to our hearts. Prematurity Day is November 17th. And we have our daughter Adeline, who was actually born at 1 pound 14 ounces and born at 25 weeks, extremely premature. And so yeah, we just wanted to talk about her story a little bit in honor of that. Just share some of our experiences, some of the ups, some of the downs, the roller coaster, as the NICU nurses would call it. You have anything you want to add to that?
I've got a lot, you know me.
Yes.
Yeah, I think to add, the only thing I'd add is that this is Addie's story. We get to be a part of it, and just as important, if not more, was this is God's story. This is for us, it's a miracle that we get to be like witness in front of our eyes every single day, and we still do today.
Addie was born, like we said, it weighed 1 pound 14 ounces, 25 weeks, so she was born a whole trimester early. One thing you'll learn in the NICU is you kind of go through stages, and so I guess at the end of the video we'll kind of throw together some of kind of Addie stages and what those look like, just so you can be aware as a parent if you're in the middle of your NICU journey, or you're just starting your NICU journey, or you've already finished your NICU journey, but you can relate to all of the pictures and videos that we'll post at the end of this. But when you first get in, most of the, in our case, Addie was already intubated. She was, like I said, she was born so early, so endotracheal tube in, she was on a ventilator, doing most of the breathing for her. She was on that for a long period of time, and then eventually moved to what they call a CPAP machine. And then after that, she moved to a little nasal cannula in her nose. She also had a feeding tube that she was fed through from the time she arrived in the NICU until we got home. And we'll kind of talk about that transition for us a little bit. But yeah, there's kind of those stages of she was intubated, and then once she moved from that into CPAP, and then from that into nasal cannula.
CPAP was the hot tub.
It had a bubbler machine, and it sounded like you were in a spa.
You're holding Addie or your baby, and this kind of sounds like you're at the spa.
It's hard not to go to sleep when we were holding her in there. But yeah, we were in the NICU for 155 days, so we have seen a lot. And so yeah, we came home with oxygen. She was still on oxygen when we came home, so we had the nasal cannula, the oxygen tanks, the oxygen concentrator. We also had the oxygen monitor that you would put, the pulse oximeter we put on her foot to measure her oxygen levels at all times. We also had the feeding tube.
You might hear the pulse oximeter in one of our videos in a little bit. It's a noise that still goes off, yes. And we have PTSD a little bit.
It gives us
it's a really loud dee-doo, like,
yes,
yeah.
The sound is terrible. We heard that sound a lot when Addie was home.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we came home, like I said, with the oxygen tubing, her on the nasal cannula. We came home with a feeding pump, the oxygen monitor. We had to learn how to use all those things and do all those things from home. And so yeah, it was a lot.
It was. I have to say, like, we were very fortunate because Ashley is in medicine. I didn't know anything about anything. And I'd say, like, if there's any advice around that, if you're not medically inclined or have a background, like, ensure, like, that you ask questions,
yeah.
Like, and keep asking and do all the training and do it again,
yeah.
Before you leave. And they kind of train you, but, like, we were so, like, anxious to get out of there.
Yeah.
And I won't say, and I like relied on Ashley's medical background to, like, get us to a point where we can get the heck out of there as fast as possible. And, like, looking back, that's one thing I think I could have done a better job of, is, like, spending time doing more things. Like, I know, like, this as a male, like, sometimes, like, you kind of pull back a little bit, and, like, Ashley has this, she knows this stuff, it's a her space. And so I didn't, like, gain the knowledge until after the fact, when it was just us, and it was pretty scary.
Yeah, I think that's, let's just start with that first as our 3 things that we're going to kind of talk about that we think are really crucial. The first thing of that is, like, get to know your nursing staff, get to know your physicians, like, be okay with asking questions, and don't feel intimidated by all of the things that they're going to be sharing with you and the knowledge. And just being in the NICU itself can be really overwhelming. We were first-time parents, but I don't think it matters whether you're a first-time parent or it's your 4th or 5th. I think that just having a child in the NICU, it's already stressful. You're in a new space. Your baby, you can't hold 24/7. They're hooked up to monitors, hooked up to machines. And so, yeah, I think it can just be a little bit intimidating. So be afraid to ask questions, even though it feels uncomfortable.
So kind of moving from that, I think the second thing that, we thought was just so important, one, like our faith was super important through this. Clearly, like when you need a miracle and they keep showing up, like you grow immensely. So thank God for that. But along the way, we had a very core group of people that we talked to on a daily basis for almost the entirety of our stay there. So like we had just a very real and very authentic, genuine support group that if we needed anything, it didn't matter what it was. Your community, family, whatever that looks like is super important. And in the case that you don't have that, like I would say find it. Like there's support mechanisms at the hospital, resources that they have are for you to get connected. And if you don't have that, comment. Like we'll be that remotely and virtually for you, because it was such an impactful thing for us to get daily reminders, prayers, worship songs, just texts, checking in constantly. It was so very important.
True. But yeah, I think community and support is a huge thing. And I mean, number one was, get to know the nurses and all that. It kind of rolls into number two, honestly, because those people, like some of our nurses became our support people. When we had to make tough decisions, they were there they knew our kid as good as we did at that point.
They'll give you honest feedback. Maybe they weren't supposed to, but a lot of times they will. You become attached, and they say, listen, like if it was my own son or my own daughter, here's what I do and why. I think that's a big question to always ask is why. Why are we doing this? Like going back to like no stupid questions in the beginning, like ask why.
You're going to get a lot of things thrown at you, and you're just trying to make the best choice for your child. And you're stressed, you have a lot on your plate, and so you're trying to juggle all these different things. And so just making sure that you're asking why and what the other alternative options would be.
The last thing is, and Ashley already said it, and it's really hard not to like know someone in the NICU or going through the NICU or a premature situation to not hear this about 1,000 times. But it is a roller coaster, and it literally you have to have like a professional quarterback mind to one play at a time, one day at a time. Sometimes it's 1 hour at a time. In moments that were literally minutes at a time that we were going through. And so like you have to kind of compartmentalize things in the sense like today was really, really hard, or the last few hours were really, really hard. But like these babies are unbelievably resilient, and like one day may be crap, like absolutely crud, and the next day may just be a unbelievable
best
blessing.
day they've had by far.
We have a breakthrough. Like we just went from intubation straight through CPAP because we pulled off our CPAP machine all the way to high flow oxygen. So it's like you have to just roll with the punches, but realize like every day is a new opportunity to like bring it. Like what I mean by that is like be present, be there with your son or daughter. Like be engaged with the nurses, and it's so hard because you're exhausted. But I say like that for us, I think is we fed off each other, fed off our community, fed off the nursing staff and doctors to try to drive like the best outcome on a day-to-day basis. And when we've kind of obviously figured that out, because still not figured that out. I guess that's a parenting 101 is every day is a new day, but in the NICU especially, like the highs are high and the lows are really, really low. Try not to get too high, try not to get too low, because like as soon as we were thinking we were out of the NICU at like 100 days. And like we were so juiced and like excited to get out of there, and then all of a sudden like the feeding thing happened, and like we weren't breathing. The feeding thing caused breathing problems, and like we regressed, and like it was just a mess. So you have to kind of enjoy the highs and just try to ride through the lows, but find that support group, ask questions, and look at each day as an opportunity to kind of like, it's a new day, it's a new blessing, and lean in.
We had one of our favorite NICU nurses tell us that it's going to be a roller coaster. Like you said, the highs are really high and the lows can be really, really low and hard. And so, you just want to try to ride the wave and kind of stay constant as best you can. But she had just said, take it one day at a time. Tomorrow could be, like you said, they're so resilient. It really is amazing how one day can be really bad and the next day can be amazing. So now we're just gonna kind of play a few videos of Addie for you guys, so you can kind of see, like I said, that progression, that journey that she went through.
Day one till leaving the NICU, and then some kind of more recent.
Yeah, now that 155 days will fly by because these videos and pictures, we're gonna, you know, speed them up a little. But that journey was very, very long for us, and very just difficult. And so, yeah, we'll kind of show you guys Addie's journey. If you have questions about those pictures, or like I said, you know, just curious about different things that went on in your NICU journey, please feel free to comment, let us know. But yeah, we'll show you guys some of the stuff that we went through. And we look forward to, just sharing our story more with you guys. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up or hit the subscribe button. And yeah, we'll continue to make more content about Addie because she's easy to talk about.
I can feel fears coming. You're about to start something. Sets my feet to dance.
That's a good girl. There you go, Mama loves you. You sucking on your grassy? Yeah. Yeah, I usually go ahead and get those tabs in a good spot so you can.
I'm stuck. There we go.
You're doing fine.
There we go. All right. Let's get this one.
And yep, get that tab kind of pulled out.
Okay. I am burning up.
You're passing gas. I feel you in my that diaper. Mama feels it. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. What? Yeah. Yes, there you are. Say hi, Granny. Hi. Hi, Mino. What are you doing? Are you sweet girl? I see you. I see you. You want to give him a smile? I see you. I know. Are you sweet? Yeah.
Mama's turn.
Mama's turn.
Yep. Yeah, and this is what you'll probably use to rinse her too.
There we go, just so that way. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Get that old stinky armpit.
Okay. Wow. Is this your little panda? Yeah. Wow. This is your monkey? Yeah. You like the panda better? Mm-hmm. Say yes. I like all my toys. See, I get all.
Get it. Good girl, Addie. Good girl. You're so big, Mama. Yeah. Woohoo.
got her Halloween costume on. Tell him, girl.
You want out?
You want out? Let's turn you out.
You want Daddy turn you out?
Let's turn you out. Yeah, we didn't show that. It's as simple as it could get. Pull the string. I generally don't pull it by the string.